All right, now here we go. We have Ant-Man and Stinger fresh out of the packaging. First thoughts right out of the packaging is they look great. They look very accurate to the comic that they grabbed them from, the Astonishing Ant-Man. Hasbro did a pretty good job in delivering on their suits and the design of their suits and the mold and the sculpt of their suits. Really enjoyed it. So Stinger is actually Cassie, Ant-Man's daughter, that is also his partner. But to go over this suit real quick and to how he looks in the suit, and you can tell that he always has a smirk on his face. That's something they always delivering with Ant-Man. I think it's going to be like a running thing. I mean, he is a jokester and he does make light of situations. But as we take a look at his suit and the design, I mean, none of this stuff is sculpted or anything except for this part right here. This collar piece is sculpted pretty good. These lines here are just painted on, and they did a pretty good job with painting all these lines on here. Getting the triangle right here on the shoulder, and definitely the belt is also sculpted. It comes around there. I'm liking the design of the lines, the way everything is. It just flows. Yeah. And then you got the knee pads. Knee pads are also looking nice there. Then you got a little design right here. Right there on the shin, those are looking good. And then the back of his calf, you got the little red accent there. So, yeah. And then the bottom, all black, 2 peg holes. It's looking really nice. It's looking really good. It did a really good job. Get that on his face. And the side of his head is looking nice. Fine work. Good work. Take a look at Cassie. Let's look at her sculpt and detail work. Her suit, also again very accurate to the comics, resembling the ant. Got those antennas there. That looks pretty good, and they're pliable plastic. They're bendable. Same thing with the, I don't know what you call these here that an ant has, but yeah, those are kind of pliable, not too stiff, not too hard. But yeah, her costume and sculpt work is also looking great. Only thing I do not like is this open pink area right here. I mean, I think it would have made a world of a difference if this right here was silver. Just silver that up or black it up right here at the top, just right here at the edge, and then hit that with a silver instead of it looking like that. But what you gonna do? There's no such thing as a perfect figure, but these are looking good. These are looking really good right out of the gate. I like the paint work right here on the top of the thigh, and then everything else is just all black. And then the wings, you got a clear blue here, so that's looking pretty decent. And right here on the hands there, you see they got a little yellow accent right there on the top of the hand. No accessories with this pack, just one closed fist hand with Stinger and one open hand with Stinger, and Ant-Man comes with 2 closed fist hands. To go over the articulation real quick, so for Cassie, Stinger, she can look up that much, which is good because she does have wings, and you know, it's good that Hasbro does give that head motion of looking up when you're dealing with flying characters. That way when you do put her in the stand, or you want to get her in certain poses, whatever or what have you, she can she can't look up the way she's supposed to. So that's always a plus that they do that. Left and right, no problem. Looking left and right. And she looked down quite a bit. Arms come out way past 90. Both of those arms can come out pretty good. That's good there. And also full rotation around. Now she does have a double jointed elbow, just like most Hasbro figures, most Hasbro female figures, I should say. She does have a wrist hinge though. She can hinge, and then she does have that swivel there. Now for her abdomen, upper torso is very stiff. You only get in the turn, and she can 360 that turn all the way around. You do get a little bit of side tilt here this way, but not a whole lot, and none forward and none back, or a little bit back, just that much back. So definitely we could have used a little bit more articulation right there in this upper torso, but again, Hasbro will always jip us when it comes to the upper torso with the females. It's like we don't get enough flexibility in that. Now for the legs, her leg can kick out this far, and she kicked back not that far there. Double jointed knees, and definitely have a upper thigh rotation right here. Ankle pivot. And then she does have an ankle hinge forward and back. So that's Stinger there. And Ant-Man, his articulation is pretty decent. Oh, to go over her wings real quick. The wings, you can bring the wings down and up, and they come out and forward. So that's the type of articulation you get in with the wings. So not bad. As far as for Ant-Man, where he's at. Now I do enjoy that Ant-Man, he can look down quite a bit, but it's being hindered. This helmet right here in the back is hindering him from looking up any further than this here, but he still looks up a decent amount. So he looks up that much and look down that much there. That's chin to chest basically, and then his arms can come up about 90, and then he does have a bicep rotation, double jointed elbows, hinge right here, and then he can rotate that wrist. All right, crunch down this far, crunch back this far. Butterfly joints. Now that's nice. To have an Ant-Man with butterfly joints is really dope. So that's always a plus to have butterfly joints. I do enjoy butterfly joints on figures that really deserve butterfly joints. Double jointed knee, and to me all of them should deserve butterfly joints. Does got a nice ankle pivot, and then you got the hinge up, hinge down, and upper thigh cut here can kick out this far, and as far as for kicking back, kick back this far, or kick back, backing out. And then he also has a boot cut right there. So that is a really good amount of articulation for Ant-Man. What, in my copy, mine's is a little loose, so you do see some gappage there, and he does rotate also side to side. But it is a little loose on my copy there, as far as right there at that waist. But next we're going to get into a little bit of size comparisons. All right, so Ant-Man is standing at, looks like 6 1/4 there, 6 1/4 inches, and then Stinger is standing at just above 5 1/2, looks like 5 3/4 inches tall. Now compared to Wasp on the right, that's how it's looking, Stinger, and then we got Miss Marvel on the left. Looks like Miss Marvel and Ant-Man are standing at about the same height. So this buck that they have Stinger on looks to be a real smaller type female buck right there, a teenage female buck, I guess. Now comparing them to the comic book Black Panther, it's the Walmart exclusive Black Panther over here to the left, and then here all the way to the far right we have the Peter Parker Spider-Man from your Space Venom wave. Now Peter Parker Spider-Man is standing at just about the same height as Stinger there, and then also you got Black Panther, looks like Ant-Man and Black Panther standing at the same height there. Now we have what's that, Thor to the right, and then you got Ant-Man, comic book Thor, comic book Iron Man to the left. Iron Man, he came out a lot taller than what I expected. This Iron Man is coming from the Oki Build-A-Figure Black Panther wave, and this Thor is coming from the All-Father wave. So yeah, Thor is towering over just about a lot of figures, a lot of 6 inch, 6 1/2 inch figures, Marvel Legends. I believe this Thor was actually bigger than the Build-A-Figure, the All-Father Build-A-Figure. All right, now here we have the 90s Deadpool to the right, and then we have to the left, got that Cable coming from the Sasquatch wave, and Cable, he's a towering and opposing type figure, so he's going to tower over your Ant-Man there. And definitely Deadpool is just about, I believe they're also at the same buck, this Deadpool and this Ant-Man. Yeah, they definitely have the same buck from what I can tell. Just the abs are done a little bit different here, right there on the abdomen part. All right, now here is Wolverine from your Apocalypse Build-A-Figure that's supposed to be dropping end of June, 1st of July, around that time frame. And then here all the way to the far left, we have Cyclops from the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. Looks like Wolverine is just about the same height as Stinger, and then Cyclops and Ant-Man are at the same height there. All right, so this is the end. This is the end of the review of the Toys R Us exclusive. I don't think I included that earlier. This is a Toys R Us exclusive Ant-Man and Stinger 2-pack. Some of the takeaways, the good points is the articulation for Ant-Man definitely is up to par and on point. Sculpt work is definitely on point also on Ant-Man. Stinger, I do like her sculpt. Articulation wise, of course, just like a lot of female Marvel Legends, we get gypped a little bit in that abdomen area, and definitely the double jointed elbows is not present. I believe I misspoke earlier. I said double joint, but it's actually a single joint. A little bit of loosey-goosey up in the waist area for Ant-Man, but that could just be my copy. But overall, this set is definitely a get. I have to be honest, when first announced, it didn't thrill me. But having this set in hand, I'm glad I do have it. And I'm quite sure if you're a fan of Marvel Legends, you're a fan of Marvel Legend Heroes, if you got this set, you will not be disappointed. But that's it. I hope I made your decision easy to get or not to get this Toys R Us exclusive Ant-Man and Stinger 2-pack. It's been your boy Plastic Addict. I'll see you next time. Like I always say, be patient with yourself, be patient with your hunts, and if you're patient enough, even an egg can and will grow legs. See you next time. Plastic Addict.